story. Give us on why your morning drive isn't really the same anymore. Welcome once again to the show, Davey D, a former DJ with 97.1. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you are no longer on our morning drive show. What happened, Davey? I've got to start by asking you that.
Truth, full disclosure, or politically correct?
Oh, both. Can you do a little bit of both?
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's, I love this thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just become really a big part of my life.
Well, how long have you lived here, first off?
Almost 2 years.
2.5 years. And you came from a bigger
Sacramento.
market? Sacramento.
New Orleans to Phoenix, Phoenix to Sacramento.
Okay.
So I've been about 2.5 years.
Okay, so you've been here about 2.5 years.
And sometimes, you know, when my dad always said, bow out. If it's not going good where you need to be, and it had nothing to do with, you know, where I was necessarily in great company, but sometimes the people you work for. And so it's just time to bow out.
And they have different opinions, and we know how the broadcasting world is. A lot of people aren't familiar, but one day you're there, the next day you're not there. So I felt it was important to have you on because you have a huge following. And I was actually listening on that day, and I heard you have a conversation with a little girl that called in, and she was sobbing. Michaela. Tell us the story of Michaela.
We just talked about it. You have a guest and you get a chance to have a visual. For me, it's just I hear voice, not recognize voice. And hey, Davey D. I knew it was Michaela every time she called. And when she called that morning, she was really crying. And I said, don't cry, you're going to make me cry. So I'm crying, Vanessa's crying, Art's crying. And she just said, you can't leave. You know? And I said, it's going to be okay. No, it's not. And at this time, I didn't know what... she was really passionate about what she was. Her plea was passionate. Yeah. And I didn't know at the end when I said, I'm telling you, it's going to be okay. She said, you don't understand. She said, I have a birth defect with my eye, and I get bullied at school, and you made me believe. Said, I love your face. You know, you saved me to go to school every day. It was really overwhelming. I just kind of said, to the commercial. And so it was just very overwhelming. Very, very, very overwhelming.
Well, for those people that don't know, tell us the history and the story behind the I love your face, because this girl took it literally.
Oh, yes.
Okay, she took it literally, but it's something that it's kind of like a saying that you have going on, that you started to become kind of a phenomenon, really.
I remember going to management and saying, hey, listen, this thing is bigger than me. This thing is bigger than the radio station. This thing is taking on a life of its own. People are saying it to the children at nighttime, and I love your face, and it's part of divorce seminars, and, you know, just tell them you love their face. If you don't like them, you know, it's crazy. And I said, it's bigger than us. And so it just kind of, not just the bracelets, but people making aprons and t-shirts and buttons and shoes and all, it was crazy. So it happened with a lady on the air, and she just says, hey, my children, I listen to you every day. And I said, thank you. And she said, no, you don't understand. And I said, I really appreciate it. Out of words, and she started to cry. And she says, she says, we love you. I said, well, I love your face. Now what? So try to outrun her, right? And so she says, well, I love your face back. Thank you, Davey D, for what you do. And that was it. Next caller was just, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, I just wanted to say, I love your face. And I just put the inflection on it. I love your face. And boom.
And did you even realize what an impact this was going to make on little kids like Michaela? Did you ever get a chance to meet her? We actually invited her on the show to come with Davey, but we couldn't get her here. She's probably at school or something.
Which is good, Michaela.
Which is good, yes, which is good. But did you realize what kind of impact you had? And what kind of impact do you think us as adults can have on children that are being bullied? I mean, we don't even realize sometimes that that's happening.
You know what I used to always say, and I used to talk to my dad about this, I would say, you know, as adults, if we would just be quiet sometimes and listen to the needs that they have, instead of telling them what we think that they should do, or because we don't really know what it's like to go to school and be bullied as adults. Some of us went through that and maybe have forgotten about that, but we have the resources and the tools that can help them get through their tough times. And if we would just be quiet as adults sometimes and listen to them, really listen to them, pay attention, and then we can help them. So I didn't know that I Love Your Face was going to be this huge thing, but here's the beauty, is that I know that I've left my mark in this community, and I'm truly the blessed one. This isn't about anything more than I'm the one who really, see, I say it this way, you guys lose one guy, right? I lose a whole community. I lose all of you guys. so many restless nights these last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, I don't get caught up in the hype of, you know, he got fired and I didn't get fired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't come here to clear my name that way. I'm just saying to you, things happen and you can't get caught up in that. I would rather just remember the good moments, the pictures in grocery store. Get back to I just checked my Facebook. Called in sick today, Davey D. Shout out Alex Delgado. I'm going to watch the TV. You know, these are really important moments for me.
And you are making quite an impact, and I got to tell people what he did with this little girl, Michaela. Actually gave her his phone number, his personal cell phone number, which I'm sure a lot of people are dying to have. And so she can call you whenever.
I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah. So you reached out to her and